On November's general election ballot, you'll find a number of amendments that could be added to the Missouri state constitution. KTVA's Jordan Barr runs down the most critical ones you'll be voting on.
There are 5 amendments to the Missouri Constitution and 1 proposition. 3 of the 5 amendments were added to the ballot by initiative petition, and the other 2 were set forth by the Missouri General Assembly. KTVO is watching 4 of these modifications that would have long-reaching implications for the state of Missouri. Amendment 2 is known as the Sports Betting Initiative. If passed, it would allow licensed businesses to provide sports wagering facilities regulated by the Missouri Gaming Commission. This would include online sports betting and permissions to run mobile platforms for that wagering. You would have to be at least 21 years old and live in Missouri to bet on sports. Missouri is one of 12 states where sports betting is illegal. The other 38 states and Washington, D.C. have some measure of sports betting legal in state law. A 10% tax from the revenues of sports betting, among other fees, will be devoted to education purposes like public schools and higher education development. It would also give money to the Compulsive Gambling Prevention Fund, which focuses on treatment programs related to the problem. Supporters say this measure is crucial to provide funding for education and economic development. Opposers, like State Senator Denny Hoskins of Jefferson City, say the tax rate is too low and that not enough money is going to the compulsive gambling problem, which he says will be made worse if the measure is passed. Constitutional Amendment 3 is also known as the Right to Reproductive Freedom Initiative, and a closely watched measure. Simply put, if passed, it would allow a fundamental right to reproductive freedom, which would mean the decision of whether or not to go ahead with procedures related to reproductive care, including abortion care, would be up to the patient and their doctor. As of now, abortions are illegal in Missouri after conception. This was set since the U.S. Supreme Court case of Dobbs v. Jackson's Women's Health Organization handed the policy decisions back to the states. 9 other states have similar measures on their respective ballots this November. The measure would still restrict abortions, if passed, only after what's called fetal viability, which means the fetus could survive on its own outside the mother's womb without external medical care for a certain amount of time, defined by Roe v. Wade as about 7 months. Supporters say these kinds of decisions belong to the patient, not the government, and this measure ensures that. The opposition believes the petition would greatly limit parental rights and endanger the safety of the woman or girl. Soon, we'll talk about amendments involving salaries of law enforcement and voting rights. We'll also bring up a proposition that could increase the minimum wage for Missouri workers. For now, I'm Jordan Barr reporting.